This is one of my bank accounts. You can see 1.3 million, 0.3 million. I have other bank accounts. This is just for international payments. This is my company. I can update this so you can see it's in real time. And if you want to put this in here to USD, you can see 1 million euros is about 1,082,350 USD dollars. So you can make the math on 1.3 million. And those are my sales for the last 6 months. I've done $6.7 million or 6.2 million euros in sales in the last 6 months. My cash, that's how my cash collected. Let's look at January 2023, for example. This month we just finished, we did 1.3 million euros, which is almost $1.5 million this month. Here's my cash collected for the month though. I did $696,000 cash collected. Yeah, we finance the difference through different methods and companies. And this is the average for the last 6 months, is about 1 million euros per month or $1.1 million per month, with over 50% cash collected. It was higher other months. This month went down because we launched a new product and the recurrent payments are not coming in from that service. So lessons learning from doing this, several lessons. Number one, there's many things I could tell you about how to scale a business to over $1 million a month. I would say the first one though is you have to have something that people want to buy. Like if you sell something that's kind of okay or just nice and people like, but they're not willing to pay money for it, it doesn't matter. You know, you're never going to scale because, I mean, some people will buy out of sympathy. Some people just don't want you to starve. Some people, they like you, but you know, you have to be able to get to a point where they buy from you just because your offer is good, not just because they like you. They buy you because your offer is good, what it's included is good, what you're promising is attractive, and they really want what you're selling. They're not just want you, they want the service or they want the product. So that, I would say that's the most important one. I see too many people having weak offers and they don't have attractive offers to sell, and that's the main reason they'll never be able to scale. You can't scale an offer that's not good. So what do I sell? I have different packages. We have packages starting at 5,000, and we have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and 60,000. So we have several packages and services. They're all in the entrepreneurial space. So we help people either start their own Amazon store in Spanish outside of the US, or we help people acquire customers online, no matter where they are in the US, outside the US, and anything in Spanish. So if you do anything in English, I cannot help you because my team can only service people in Spanish. Like you'll call my sales team, they only speak Spanish. You call my coaches, they only speak Spanish. You want us to help you with your ads, we only speak Spanish. I speak English, but my team only speaks Spanish. So we can help you, right? I have nothing to sell you. So that's the first thing. It's a strong offer. Then the second is it's a strong brand, and I want to say strong differentiators, meaning you have to be different in the marketplace. And I believe there's 4 core pillars where you can become different and differentiate your brand. Number one is the niche. You know, a general doctor makes whatever in the US, what is it, 100 grand, 200 grand. Specialist like a brain surgeon will make 3, 4, 5, 10 times more that amount. And they all went to medical school. It's just one took a specialization, want to specialize in something, took more time, and now charges more for the same time and same dedication, right? So the same is true for your niche. Like if you don't make enough money, sometimes just niching down or niching down can help you charge more for the same. And also, it's hard to compete at being the best at everything, but you can compete at being the best at something much smaller. So if you have a competitor that's taking all your marketplace and you're competing with the same message, maybe you can just focus on a segment of the market and be like, okay, I'm not the best at everything, but for this segment, I'm the best. And that's how you eventually become big and grow, right? Second one is brand. And for brand, I want to say 2 things. It's like the identity of the brand or the authority of the brand. So for consumer products like a car, that would be like brands you already know, like Porsche, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, whatever. you're not buying the actual car, it's the brand that commands the higher price. Same happens with clothing, with high-end tier brands. The same happens with service-based business like mine. So if you have a service-based business, if you have 10 testimonials, it's not the same as if you have 100 testimonials. It's not the same as you have 1,000 testimonials. And you can do this. You and I can provide the same service to the same people. But if I have 10 or 100 times more proof that what I do works, then even though we might do the same thing, I must sell 10 times more as you just because I have more proof. And it's really about the brand and the identity. So people would associate my brand as, you know, my perceived likelihood as a customer that I'll achieve the promised outcome is higher with my brand and your brand, just because I have more case studies, testimonials, and success. So fast ways to differentiate your identity as a brand is you either make it luxury, which you can do even in the personal development space. If you're Tony Robbins, you're like the luxury, it's harder to get to you. You have only a certain amount of clients you can do per year, and that's why you can charge $1 million for your coaching, or you just have more authority testimonials. And if it's a B2B like business like ours, then the easiest way is just to have numbers, to be able to show numbers like, oh, here's my Amazon store, and you show your Amazon store, or here's my like I just showed you, hey, here's my bank account and what I do and how we acquire customers, and this is the money I'm making, you know, things like that. That's really how you do it. Because otherwise, why would they hire you instead? You know, there's so many people saying, oh, I'll teach you how to make 10K a month, but the people teaching you how to make 10K a month is not making 10K per month, right? So if you can show and provide proof that what you say is true, and you have just higher numbers than everybody else, you command higher prices because you're better. I mean, you wouldn't be better if you didn't have higher numbers, right? So that's number two. Number three is your measurable result that you deliver for your customers. We call it RMC, resultado medible cuantificable in Spanish for my clients. For you in English would be measurable, quantifiable result. Measurable, M, quantifiable, Q, R, result, MQR, yeah. There you go, I just made it up in English, MQR. So your MQR, it's not the same to say I help you lose weight than to say I help men over 40 lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. It's not the same to say I help you make more money than I'll help you make an extra 100 grand a month with this methodology that I use or that we use, right? It's not the same. So promising some outcome that's specific, it's really, really important. And sometimes that outcome is not even with numbers, it's with pictures. You know, advertisers do this very well. You'll see plenty of advertisers where they'll sell you like status. And they do that by showing you images of, like, you know, you driving a car and people looking up to you, or you wearing this piece of watch and people who admire you, or whatever suit or whatever. That's all about selling your status. So they don't say, oh, you have this higher status, or they don't say, if you put this perfume, you know, the man of your dreams will manifest into your life and ask you to marry you. They can't say it with words. They just show you pictures and let your brain piece together the information and the message, right? So you can do it with pictures, or you can actually say it. So in business, we tend to say it. But sometimes if it's more aspirational, you can just show it. And that's how you do it. And then the fourth one is having a methodology, and ideally a proprietary technology or methodology. Meaning, if you help the same way as everybody else, then you're just like everybody else. But if you make yourself different, then like you use a different methodology, ideally a methodology that's superior to others, then you're justifying in their brains why they should hire you and not somebody else. So for example, if I hire a personal trainer and my personal trainer just works me out and like gives me exercises to do and a diet to follow, then I'm just hiring for a diet plan and an exercise plan and the hours of that person there. But if you can see this in B Shred, a very successful supplement and coaching company for fitness, where they don't tell you they're just going to give you a diet or an exercise plan. They say they have a superior method. So like, I'll show them to you that they're very interesting to see. Like, for example, I can go to Ads Library. Now let's check out the shred. And you go here. Let me zoom in so you can see it. And you can see I figured out my body type and finally started seeing real results. So of course, nothing was working until now. It is because I was not eating and working out according to my body type. That's according to my body type. That's why my previous diets failed and everything, right? So having a methodology that makes you different from everybody else, like in this case, eating and exercising according to your body type, makes your offer superior to others. That's a fourth one. Let me give you an even better example. So there's PX90, which is one of the best-selling brands of all time for fitness and exercise. And they have this thing called muscle confusion. Yeah. So how muscle confusion works is, and it's not about the name, it's about the argument that your methodology is better than your competitors. So they're saying, look, normally, like close this, they're saying normally you start seeing some results, but then you have a plateau. You plateau, like your progress stalls. And they say, like, you know, you're exercising right, you're eating right, but all of a sudden you stop seeing results as fast as you were seeing them. That's because you don't use my methodology. With my methodology, PX90, we're going to do muscle confusion. So every time that your body would normally stop seeing results, what we do is we shock the system with new exercises and new directions and new ways of doing things. And therefore, your body keeps improving at a much faster rate. And in just 90 days, you get the end result compared to other methodologies. And that is why what you tried until now has failed you, because you didn't have this methodology. So the fourth one would be methodology. And we apply this to services. So this is exercise. We apply this to our services. And we always have the 4 differentiators. We were in a specific niche. We have more results and authority than everybody else in our niche. Then we make a concrete promise, a quantifiable, measurable result. And then we give them our methodology and we argue and show how our methodology is superior than others. And that's how you differentiate your offer. Because if you don't have a good offer, you cannot scale in the marketplace. You will never get 2 million a month without shitty, crappy offer, right? So you need these 4 differentiators and a good offer, or you cannot make it to 1 million a month. There's way more lessons after that, like, hey, you need a sales team, you need to know how to advertise and get scheduled meetings in your calendar or your sales team calendar to be able to get to those numbers. So there's a lot of other things that go into it, but those things you can copy. Like you can copy ads from somebody else. You can copy, you know, methodologies, funnels, webinar funnels, VSL funnels, short VSLs funnels, challenges. Like you can copy all those funnels, but if you don't have these 4 differentiators, if your offer is not outstanding, you'll lose to another guy in your niche that's like me, who's doing this right and who's out-competing you, out-maneuvering you, and getting your customers. So there's all these things, but if you don't do those 4 plus a good offer, you're screwed. You're done. There you go. My name is Rafael Mayol. I'm the founder of Emprendedores.com, Spanish brand that does over $10 million a year. And if you want to learn more, click the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.